When I was a kid, I loved fish. I had a fish tank, I had pet reptiles, snakes and lizards, and sharks were sort of like the last dragons and the last dinosaurs that we have on the planet, and they fascinated me. But I was also afraid of them because I'd seen Jaws and read the media headlines. And I met my first shark when I was 9 in the Cayman Islands, and I saw the animal that everyone had told me my entire life would rip me apart and eat me, and it turned out to be afraid of me. And as a young, impressionable kid, that changed things for me and made me realize that, maybe sharks aren't the way they're portrayed, and it furthered my fascination. And, I sort of began pursuing them and trying to figure out what sharks were all about. There's a huge demand for shark fins in Asia for a delicacy dish called shark fin soup.
Shark fin soup is a symbol of wealth and served as a sign of respect. The soup has been around for centuries, but only in the last 2 decades has it boomed in popularity. The fin is tasteless, the only texture to a soup flavored with chicken or pork broth.
You can find shark fin soup in most major urban centers on the planet. Anywhere you have a significant Chinese population, you'll find shark fin soup. And a single pound of shark fins can fetch $200 to $400. And because of that, people started finning sharks, where instead of keeping the body, which requires expensive refrigeration systems on the boats, they pull the sharks out of the water, cut off just their fins, and throw the rest of the body back into the ocean to die. And it's an incredibly wasteful practice. It's like killing an elephant for ivory, and we kill 70 million sharks that way every year, and shark population's declining by 90% in the last 30 years. There's a number of reasons why sharks aren't getting protection. One is because the public doesn't know about them. The public has no idea that sharks are being fished, that shark populations have dropped 90%. Also, the public fears sharks. So championing the sharks is like championing the plague. People don't want to save sharks because they view sharks as predators of people, and if we can eliminate predators of people, people will feel safer. So it's an uphill battle trying to reverse, hundreds of millions of dollars of media's portrayal of sharks as monsters in movies like Jaws. So if we can give the public a new view of sharks, counter to the media, counter to Jaws, then I think protection will be much easier.
In just 1 year, crocodiles around the world wiped out as many as sharks have killed over the past 100. The crocodile is protected.
Shark is very kind animals. That means shark actually is not kind animals.
No?
You don't believe you go to see the shark whether it eat you or not? No, the shark is not.
Shark's not.
It's very, very fierce.
Yeah?
Very fierce. You see the teeth?
Yeah?
Oh,
So I should not, it's not a good idea to go swimming with sharks? That's
They bite you and then you tear away, you die. You will be immediately die, pain until die. Shark is very fierce animal.
Every time you see a shark cage on television, there's somebody like me outside of the cage filming the cage. So the cages are really just for television. I mean, most cameramen get outside of the cages and film sharks. I was just diving with 15-foot long hammerhead or tiger sharks in the Bahamas, ones that are supposed man-eaters. Anyone can swim with sharks. The more people we get underwater with sharks, the better. The only people that are afraid of sharks are people that have never met one underwater. And the more people we can get underwater with sharks, the more people's views we can change, the more people there will be out there championing sharks and championing shark conservation because they know the reality.
Most sharks have teeth which are ineffective cutting tools and can't effectively remove flesh from something larger than their mouths. 100 needles in your leg would have a tough time removing a chunk of flesh. Most sharks lack the equipment they'd need to go after large animals like us, and they know that. They've evolved to eat certain prey items, and most sharks are picky eaters. They won't bother wasting energy going after something they know they can't eat efficiently.
We purposely didn't show the traditional sharks in SharkWater. There's over 500 different species of sharks. Many of them are this long. Some of them are very bizarre looking. The great white shark is a very different kind of shark. It's an anomaly. And so, because every time a small 4-foot-long shark bites somebody in Florida, they put a great white shark on the magazine cover. It was really important for us to not show, big sharks biting cages and stuff. We wanted to show the reality, But these animals are beautiful, magnificent creatures that live in balance with the natural world upon which we depend.
Sharks have lived in balance with the oceans as the top predator. Now, we are the top predator, deciding which species we will use and which we will destroy. I wonder if we've evolved enough to survive as they have. We depend on the oceans for oxygen, the oceans that sharks control. If we lose sharks, we'll disrupt the oxygen we need to breathe.
I set out to make a beautiful underwater movie about sharks with no people in it. And then, as you saw in the movie, we, collided with a fishing boat and got charged with attempted murder, and everything changed dramatically.